about 100 degrees of Fahrenheit. And of course, the pressure is atmospheric. Okay? Why do we need a reference pressure and temperature for amount of vapor pressure? Because, keep it in mind, always by increasing the temperature or decreasing the pressure, the amount of vapor which is going to be produced is going to be increased. Okay? That's why we need a reference to know at a specific temperature and pressure how much vapor is going to be produced. Okay? We need a reference to keep in mind that we know that by changing the temperature and pressure, the amount of vaporization is going to be changed. But if consider constant vapor pressure at constant temperature and pressure is going to show us how much vapor is going to be produced. And when we consider the temperature and pressure as a reference, I can compare different type of fluids to each other. Okay? And as you know, the unit of the rate vapor pressure is PSI. Okay? But I have a question though. This is absolute PSI or gauge PSI?
Absolute.
Why absolute?
Efficiency.
Yes, no.
So,
But
closed system. Closed system, not fed by the atmosphere.
atmosphere, yes, it's very important. You know that the rate vapor pressure for storing the liquid during the summer case and winter case is going to be different, yeah? Do you know what is the range for winter case and summer case? From 8 to 10 psi during the summer and from 10 to 12 during the winter, okay? This is the suitable rate vapor pressure of the crude oil to be stored. Is it okay till now?
Can you repeat this?
Yes. Let me write it down. What is the suitable rate vapor pressure for storage? During the summer is from 8 to 10, and during the winter 10 to 12. And we are talking about the unit. The unit is PSI, okay? And we are talking about that this unit is absolute. Why? Absolute pressure is important. Because, as you know, the pressure of atmosphere is 14.7 psi. Okay? And if you look at this range, it means that we want to keep the vapor pressure of the fluid lower than the atmospheric pressure. Okay? That's very important. That you should know that RVP is absolute pressure of the fluid, not the gauge pressure. Consider if you are going to talk about the vapor pressure of the fluid in gauge. It means that always we are going to have higher vapor pressure than atmospheric. So a huge amount of vapor is going to be vaporized. It's very important to talk about RVP in absolute units. Is it okay? Did you get it? Is it clear?
You said we must keep the rate vapor more than the atmosphere or lower?
Yeah.
The absolute atmosphere plus.
What is the absolute pressure of the atmosphere? In PSI?
114.
It is 1 bar or 14.7 PSI. Okay? So, if you look at here, this is lower than yeah.
Atmosphere.
It means that we want to keep the vapor pressure lower than atmosphere. Okay? But the reason is that when we keep the fluid with the pressure higher than atmosphere, we should try to prevent vaporization from the storage tank to the atmosphere. Okay? And when we keep the fluid at a lower pressure than atmosphere, we should try to prevent atmosphere to enter to the storage tank. It's much easier, okay, to prevent the atmosphere to enter to the storage tank. Okay, if we wanna prevent the gas to go to the atmosphere, you need a lot of different considerations. But if you just keep the the storage tank sealed enough, and we will talk about different type of sealing of fixed roof and external. Okay, you can understand that it's much easier to keep it at a lower pressure than atmosphere. Then, by using suitable type of sealing, we are going to prevent the atmosphere or air to enter to the storage tank. Okay, that's why rate vapor pressure is taught in absolute pressure. Okay, is it clear to now? If you remember, we said that for tank management we have two important things. The first one was the amount of production and the amount of available fluid, of course, and another one was the quality. When we are talking about quality of crude oil, generally we are talking about rate vapor pressure. Okay? And when you want to sell your product, the first thing that the customer is going to be checked is the rate vapor pressure. And we said the rate vapor pressure is a pronunciation or a configuration that shows us the volatility at a reference temperature and pressure. Is it clear?